So, in today's class, we are discussing about hydrocarbons and its compounds, organic compounds, organic chemistry, then hydrocarbons, definition, types, saturated hydrocarbon, unsaturated hydrocarbon, undersaturated alkanes, unsaturated alkenes, alkynes, then molecular formula, structural formula, and condensed formula. So, we are discussing the chapter of grade 10 Nepal board. Topic is given already here, hydrocarbon and its compounds. Okay, topic is hydrocarbon and its compounds. At first, let's discuss about organic compounds. What do you mean by organic compounds? Do you have any idea? Okay. The compounds that contain carbon and are generally found in living beings are organic compounds. All the organic compounds contain carbon and they are found in living beings. But it doesn't mean that they are not found in outside. They can be prepared in the laboratory also. Previously, there was one belief that organic compounds could not be prepared in the laboratory, but scientists they prepared and the concept was not clear. It means they said it was wrong that organic compounds cannot be made in or prepared in laboratory. But organic compound means there must be presence of carbon plus hydrogen as well. Otherwise, you may say that, sir, carbon dioxide contains carbon. Is it organic compound? No. So, to be an organic compound, there must be carbon and hydrogen too. Now, organic chemistry. How do you define organic chemistry? The branch of chemistry that deals about organic compounds. Branch of chemistry that deals about organic compounds is called organic chemistry. Okay. Now, here is given next thing, hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon. Just look at here. Hydrogen plus carbon. When hydrogen and carbon, these two words are combined together, we can get hydrocarbon. It means from this combination you can define hydrocarbon. What is the definition of hydrocarbon? The compound which contains hydrogen and carbon only. The compound that contains hydrogen and carbon only is called hydrocarbon. For example, what are the examples of hydrocarbon? If I write here CH4, then this is hydrocarbon. Compound of hydrogen and carbon only. This is methane. Methane is hydrocarbon. If I write here C2H6, then it is not methane now. It is ethane. If it is written C3H8, then this is propane. CH4, I wrote at first, methane. Methane, ethane, propane, these are hydrocarbons. In the same way, if I write here C2H4, this is ethene. C3H6, propene. C2H2, this is ethyne. These are the examples of hydrocarbons because they contain carbon and hydrogen only, carbon and hydrogen, carbon and hydrogen, carbon and hydrogen. So, we have defined hydrocarbons. Students, do you know the types of hydrocarbons? So, how many types of hydrocarbon are there? There are two types. One is saturated hydrocarbon, next one is unsaturated hydrocarbon. What is saturated hydrocarbon? Saturated hydrocarbon. Can you define it? The hydrocarbon in which the carbon atoms are linked by single covalent bond. Here I wrote here hydrocarbon are called saturated hydrocarbon. See the definition of saturated hydrocarbon? The hydrocarbons in which the carbon atoms are linked by single covalent bond. It's clear, in between carbon and hydrogen there is single covalent bond, but in between carbon atoms there may be single, double or triple. If you mark like this, single, double and triple. Example, if I write here C, okay, in between these two carbon atoms there is single covalent bond. Next one, just draw here 3, hydrogen, 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 hydrogen. So look at here, this is also saturated hydrocarbon because in between carbon atoms there is single covalent bond. This is ethane, this is propane. You may be thinking why ethane, propane is given. Actually, there is system of naming them, so that nomenclature will be discussed after this. Okay, just keep in your mind, in saturated hydrocarbon, there is single covalent bond between carbon atoms. Examples, methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, etc. Next thing, in saturated hydrocarbon, general formula is general formula. What is the general formula of saturated hydrocarbon? CnH2n plus 2. Remember, this is general formula. It means if here is carbon 1, hydrogen will be 2 multiply 1 plus 2 means CH4. If carbon 2, then hydrogen 2 multiply 2 plus 2 means how much it will be? Cn2n plus 2, C2H6. If carbon 3, then H2 multiply 3 plus 2 means C3H8. It means if we compare the number of hydrogen and carbon, then the number of hydrogen will be 2 more than double of number of carbon. This is general formula. Saturated hydrocarbons are also called alkanes. They are called alkanes, and they are also called paraffins, P-A-R-A-F-I-N-S. Why are alkanes called paraffins? Why? Because they are less reactive or more stable Alkanes are less reactive or more stable, that's why they are called paraffins. There is single covalent bond. If saturated hydrocarbon comes in mind, then remember alkanes, paraffins, single covalent bond, general formula CnH2n plus 2. Examples: methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, hexane, heptane. What I said? Methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, hexane. CH4, C2H6, C3H how much? 3 to the 6 plus 2, 8, C4H10, C5H12, C6H14. These are the examples of saturated hydrocarbons or alkanes. Now let's discuss about unsaturated hydrocarbon. Unsaturated hydrocarbon. Students, how do you define unsaturated hydrocarbon? Those hydrocarbons in which there is at least one double covalent bond or triple covalent bond between carbon atoms. In between carbon atoms, if there is one double covalent bond or one triple covalent bond, then they are called unsaturated hydrocarbons. For example, if I do like this, see, in between these two carbon atoms, here is double covalent bond. That means it is unsaturated hydrocarbon. But if I draw like this, in between these two carbon atoms, there are 3 lines, means triple covalent bond. So this is also unsaturated hydrocarbon. And one thing you have to make your concept clear, that in each carbon there must be 4 bonds, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4. In this carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. In this carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In between hydrogen carbon, only 1. So, unsaturated hydrocarbons can be classified into 2 groups. One is alkene, another is alkyne. A-L-K-Y-N-E. Alkene and alkyne. What is alkene? Hydrocarbon in which there is one double, only one, remember, one double covalent bond between carbon atoms. Alkene is that hydrocarbon in which there is one double covalent bond between carbon atoms. Example, ethene. In alkane we wrote ANE as suffix. Methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, hexane. In alkene, ENE, ethene, propene, butene, etc. And alkenes are also called olefins, O-L-E-F-I-N-S. Alkenes are also called olefins. Why? Because these alkenes react with chlorine and form oil-like substances. Okay? Alkynes, how do you define? They are hydrocarbon in which there is triple covalent bond between two carbon atoms. Triple covalent bond. Here, double covalent bond. In alkene, double covalent bond. In alkyne, triple covalent bond. For example, C. One example. This is ethyne. C. Here also is triple covalent bond. So, here is hydrogen, 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 and 1, 2, hydrogen, 4, and it's already clear. In between carbon, 3, 1. So, students, look at here. In between these two carbon atoms, triple covalent bond. In between these two carbon atoms, triple covalent bond. That's why these are, what are they? Unsaturated hydrocarbons under alkyne. So, examples of alkynes are ethyne, propyne, butane, etc. So, students, now what am I going to do? I am going to write something here about these three hydrocarbons so that it will be easy for you to memorize. Okay? There are two types of hydrocarbon, saturated, unsaturated. Now, but I am going to write here alkane, alkene, and alkyne. Okay. Alkane, alkene, alkyne. Here, general formula. What is the general formula of alkane? CnH2n plus 2, alkene CnH2n, alkyne CnH2n minus 2. It means by observing the number of carbon and hydrogen, we can find out whether it is alkane, alkene, or alkyne. Whether there is single covalent bond, double covalent bond, triple covalent bond. Covalent bond. Bond. Single, one line, double, two lines, triple. Third one, reactivity, reactivity, less reactive, more reactive, highly reactive. Less reactive, more reactive, highly reactive. It means among these three hydrocarbons, they are very less reactive and alkynes are highly reactive. Other name. What is the other name? Alkene is also called paraffin, and it is also called olefin, and they don't have next name. Example is methane. Remember, CH4, ethane, C2H6, propane, C3H8. Okay, methane CH4, ethane C2H6, propane C3H8. Alkene example, ethene, ETHENE, that is C2H4. How am I writing here? N to N, 2 plus 2, 4. Propene, C3H6. Butene, C4H8. Okay. Methane, ethane, propane, ethene, propene, butene, and alkyne, ethyne, ETHYNE, C2H2, propyne, C3H4, 4 butyne C4H6. So if you remember these things, then it will be quite easy for you. Alkane, alkene, alkyne. General formula, covalent bond, reactivity, other name, PARAFFIN, okay, paraffin. Example, methane, ethane, propane, ethene, propene, butene, ethyne, propyne, butane. Now students, what am I going to do? I am going to write here some of the organic compounds. You have to find out whether they are alkane, alkene or alkyne, okay. 3 examples I will give you. Those 3 examples are similar one I will do. Okay, if I write here H, here is H, here is H, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. Okay, student, look at here. Just check. In between these 2 carbon atoms, here is single covalent bond. Yes or no? So this is saturated hydrocarbon. Saturated hydrocarbon, it is alkane, a kind of alkane, okay. If 2 carbons are there, then it is ethane. Here 2 carbons, but double covalent bond means it is unsaturated hydrocarbon. Unsaturated hydrocarbon, it is alkene. Why alkene? Because double covalent bonds are here and its name is ethene. Here triple covalent bonds between 2 carbon atoms, unsaturated hydrocarbon, alkyne, and it is 1, 2, 3 carbon means prop, PROPYNE, propyne. If double carbon atoms, ethane, triple carbon atoms, propyne. In alkane, suffix is ane, alkene, suffix is ene, and alkyne, suffix is yne. Ethane, ethene, propyne. It is done. Students, now finally what am I going to guide you? That is molecular formula, structural formula, and condensed formula. And you have to remember the general formula. What is the general formula of alkane? CnH2n plus 2. CnH2n plus 2. That is alkane. Remember, eh? And if I write here CnH2n, that is alkene. And if I write here CnH2n minus 2, alkyne. We have to just compare the number of carbon and hydrogen, we can find out. So first of all, let me write here C4H10, C3H6, C5H8. Dear students, what is written here? 3 compounds, C4H10, C3H6, C5H8. So these are molecular formulae. Molecular formula, we can write. Molecular formula, molecular formula, molecular formula. So molecular formula is very easy. The representation of a molecule in terms of symbols is molecular formula. Structural formula. What is structural formula? Structural formula is the representation of a molecules in terms of arrangement of atoms. Here I wrote C4H10. Now, what to do in between these carbon atoms? Single bond, double bond or triple bond? For that, you compare this number 4 and 10 means I think it is 10 is 2 more than double of 4. Then this is alkane. Alkane means you do like this C, 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 4 carbons, and in carbon hydrogen is added. Here is single covalent bond, mark it as. This type of formula is structural formula, arrangement of atoms. C3H6 means hydrogen numbers are double of carbon, means here is double covalent bond. C, C, C. But in between last 2 carbon, make double covalent bond. Here is 1 bond, 2, 3, 4. Hydrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen. In this carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4. In this carbon, 4. So this is butane. This is 3 carbon propene. Now here C5H8 means hydrogen is less than double of carbon, means this is alkyne, triple covalent bonds are there, 5 carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In between carbon atoms make double covalent bond, and 3, 1, 4, 3 plus 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is pentyne. Students, butane, propene, pentyne I have done. Single covalent bond in carbon atoms ANE, double ENE, triple YNE. So this is the system of showing their atoms arrangement, structural formula. Now for condensed formula, how carbon and hydrogens are combined, I will just show you. First of all, look at here, just see, take this one, CH3 dash, CH3 I wrote here. Now we write down CH2, then again this CH2, CH3. This is condensed formula. What do I do? First this one, CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. This is condensed formula. Here can you see what is the condensed formula? CH3,